Hello. We are living in unprecedented times. These are dangerous times. We are witnessing the death of our nation, the death of democracy, the death of justice. What I see is a lack of passion for truth and evidence and facts. Years ago, I worked hard to earn my master's degree in American Foreign Relations. I did this because I have not only a passion for history, but I have a passion for knowing and understanding our position on the world stage. I have a passion for learning how to be a productive member of society. I raised my children, and they are raising their children to be productive members of society. When greed, corruption, ego, narcissism, and lack of compassion to do the right thing rule a country, that country is destined to fail. All of the things that have been built up in the name of righteousness are threatened. History shows us that the lack of a grounded, educated, and caring leader ends in the demise of that nation or empire that is being ruled unjustly. Our world is a complicated one. We need to look forward with courage. We need not isolate ourselves from the world. Rather, we need to work with nations around the world to build and fortify an international community. Just as it is with citizenry, one citizen is treated unfairly, all citizens suffer. None of us should be treated as the other. We, all of us, are equal under the law. This ideal should give us pride, not unleashed power to control and subjugate others. When one nation is treated unfairly, all nations suffer. Those that have should reach out to those who do not have, in order to bring those who are in need to a level playing field. We, the citizens of the world, need to learn how to work with others. We need to reach out and give a hand up to those who are in need. We Americans are long past a time of isolation. This country was founded and became isolated. Americans felt safe because we had the safety net of the two great oceans to protect us from invaders. We became imperialists as we sought to expand territories, ideals, and principles. Our nation turned inward once again, and then with the onset of the Great War, World War I, the war to end all wars, we fought to shut out the rest of the world. The concept of over there and the other took place, or took shape. The nation fought to stay out of war. But when the threat became evident, America entered the fight and contributed and sacrificed for what most believe were all the right reasons. We fought to stay out of World War II, but when the threat became personal, our nation mobilized. Our nation's soldiers went over there to fight evil. The country was united for the cause of freedom and against dictatorships. United, we worked with our allies to destroy our enemies. And our nation was united. We had a purpose. And we fought hard to achieve the goals set forth by the ideals that this country was founded on. We recognized the right to express ourselves, to defend ourselves, to free ourselves. These past 4 years have been a nightmare, both domestically and internationally. Citizens of America, we are in a time of reflection. It is time for all of us to ask, what kind of country do we want to live in? It is time to ask, what kind of country do we want to leave to our children, grandchildren, and future generations? So much is at stake with this upcoming election. This is not a Republican or Democrat issue. This is an issue of righteousness, dignity, justice, equality, and so much more. This president has led us to an abyss, and he's not finished. Evidence and facts and data prove that he is being aided by our adversaries. Don't be fooled, Americans. Russia is not our friend. They know they can play Trump. They know how to stroke his ego and manipulate him. Don't be fooled. This man does not care about America. He does not care about you. He does not care about me. He only cares about himself. And that is why he's so easily enamored by Russia. Do you want to follow someone just because words come out of their mouth? We lack a passion for knowledge, evidence, facts, and data. This mindless sheep-like behavior must stop. Think before you act. Take the time to investigate before you form an opinion. It's been proven that if someone repeats something enough times, people will believe it. Hitler knew this, Stalin knew this, Mussolini knew this, and Trump knows this. He has been groomed to take over the minds, the curiosity, the quest for truth and knowledge of our American citizens. He is a master of manipulation, as he is being manipulated, and he is manipulating you. We need a passion for truth. I beg you, please, seek truth. In my history classes, my students do not know my personal views. I do not teach a class on my personal views. I provide my students with evidence and resources. I urge them to read, compile, and understand that evidence. Why? So that they can formulate their own opinions. We need to avoid saying things like, I hate purple people because he or she, whoever that may be, told me to hate them. If you hate purple people, you better have a good reason. You better have proof that you can substantiate to prove your case against purple people. Wake up, America. Seek truth. Look at the evidence. During this very difficult and tragic time, we Americans should be united to fight the vicious coronavirus. Instead, uneducated people with a lack of understanding and passion for truth believe everything that Trump tells them. He has told Americans that the pandemic is a hoax. And because these words spill out of his face, they believe it. He is pitting citizen against citizen, neighbor against neighbor, and family members against family members. You are better than this. A brain is a treasure, and like all treasures, it must be nurtured. Help your brain grow. Aim to be productive. Strive to be your best as you help others along the way. Bring joy and goodness to yourself, your family, your friends, your community, your state, your country, and to our world. Do not believe that greatness means that we have the highest numbers of deaths from this vicious disease. This is not a contest. We do not want large numbers, and it does not and should not be this way. Demand a leader that cares about its citizens. Demand a leader that will make you feel good about yourself, not by degrading others, rather by lifting others up, by helping others succeed, not fail. Think of the issues we are facing as we approach this election. Trump recently stated that the election is rigged, and he will use our court, the highest court in the land, to undermine the election results should he lose. Does this sound fair to you? Really? It is not. Do your work. Research, seek truth, follow and build on evidence, facts, and data before you make decisions that affect not only you, but countless others in this country and around the world. I'm proud to be 73 years old. I'm long past childbearing years. However, the thought of strangers dictating choices women have regarding their own body is deplorable. The images of young pregnant girls going into back alleys for illegal abortions by individuals who have no medical background is haunting. In this crucial time of coronavirus pandemic, to take healthcare away from citizens is cruel and unjust. Our national security has been threatened and compromised, and there are so many who do not care. We should, all of us, embrace science, not shun it. As dark clouds hover over our beloved America. We have a ruler who is only interested in himself. He has advisors who are unfit for office. Like a cult, he has supporters and followers who blindly hang on every word he says. These are dark, dark days. America has never experienced anything like we are living with now. Wake up, America. It's time to care. We are better than this. We have been given minds that we can nourish. We are more than capable of seeking and following the truth. We are better than hanging on every word that an oligarch says just because he says those words. We all need to take a slow, deep breath. We need to regroup. We need to reevaluate. We need to possess a passion for knowledge, justice, and truth. I believe we can do this. I believe we can once again become the United States of America. I believe that we can once again become the United States of America. I believe that we will see that the rotten core of dirty politics and lies are leading us down a path of failure and destruction. Look at the evidence of history. Rome, for example, was a powerful empire. It was greed and lack of a strong infrastructure, government and leadership, that caused this great empire to fall. This does not need, nor should it happen here in the United States. Let's take a good hard look at who the enemy is. It's not you. It's not me. It's not the citizens of our great nation. It's not the citizens of the world. It's not the people who look different, speak differently, eat different foods, have a different heritage or culture or language. The real enemy is a man who is inept, incapable, and out of his element. He is unfit for office. Once each citizen researches and finds the truth and evidence, he and she will experience an awakening. Wake up, America. Be Socratic. Question, question, question. Take the time to understand what an oligarchy is. Take the time to understand what a tyrant is. Take the time to understand what a dictator is. And take the time to understand what democracy is. Take the time to read the United States Constitution. Understand the importance of truth and the rule of law. Let us unite against failure and unite for goodness and success. We want to succeed. We want all Americans to have the same opportunities to thrive. We want dignity back. We want respect at home and internationally. We are better than this. Rise up. Seek truth. Gain a respect and passion for reality. Our neighbors are not our enemies. Know who your real enemies are. Unite and vote for dignity and integrity, for justice and truth, not corruption, greed, and injustice. Trump is not the man for this job. Trump is not the man for our nation. He is not the man for this world. He is not the leader that we need. Not now, not ever. Stand up and be who you were intended to be. Think, follow truth, and do the right thing. And vote. Thank you so much for your time.